Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. For those that are curious, I am still working with my camera and lighting setting. I am trying. So please put a comment down below if I got it right this time. I'm working on it. I did find some settings that I was looking. I'm a white person. I'm a white girl, but it was making me look day glow neon, and that's just not right. So if there's anything you see, let me know and I will try to fix it. Anyway, I've been busy. Yeah. Well, you haven't seen any teddy bears from me lately. Well, okay. So members got to see a sneak peek, that's for sure. But I have not forgotten my teddy bears. We know I have had this massive I want to make teddy bears craze. And oh yeah, we did this one. We did our little stop moving. I have stuff. We did this one. Oh, look at that. See, it matches. I got the dark colors on, right? Look at that. Oh my gosh. I love that. And this was made with a fingering weight yarn. There it is. With a fingering weight yarn, and it is called Onion, which you guys pointed out. You pointed out, and I think it was true. It was true. The body of this looked like a shallot. So this first one I made in onion yarn, and it looked like a shallot. That cracked me up. That was just adorable. So here's my first little teddy bear, my little teddy bear craze. Oh my gosh. Oh, the onion yarn. It's a fingering weight yarn. It's a combination alpaca, merino wool, and nettles. It's by Onion Knits, 30% superfine alpaca, 50% fine merino, and 20% nettle fibers. One of the things that I'm doing this year is dropping my yarn. That's okay. I've got lots of space right now. I kind of cleaned up a whole bunch. I'm using yarns that I want to use. I have a lot of gorgeous yarns all over the place. You know, high end, low end, it doesn't matter. I have lots of yarn and I love to play with it. And why am I holding the good stuff for something special? Well, the teddy bear's special enough for me. And why am I holding the good stuff for that wonderful, unique, brilliant project? Well, I have a lot more beautiful, gorgeous, stunning yarn than I have brilliant, outlandish, amazing projects. Okay, I've got a lot of projects, but you know what I'm getting at. So I'm just kind of playing with it. And if it doesn't, it doesn't match maybe your idea of what a stuffy should be, the so-called higher end yarns, that's okay. It's fine. I'm going to play with it anyway. I'm having a blast. So this is my first one. And you guys have already seen this one. If you've watched the channel, you've seen this little guy. Oh, let me show you the pattern. Whoa, there goes my advent calendar. Woohoo. It's 2024's advent calendar. Don't get all weird. I don't have the new one yet. I did order it, but it's not been made yet. Let's see. So this is knitting pattern Beau the Bear. That's what this little guy is. He is Beau the Bear. And its designer is Irina Terzi, Irina Terzi, T-E-R-Z-I, at Forest Toys. This is on an Etsy shop. Look at that. And depending on how you do it, it looks like a little fat cat to me. It really does. Boy, that could be turned, if you like cats, that could be turned into a cat in a heartbeat. Obviously, I did not make the cute little collar. Didn't think that I needed it, but loving that. So that's my first one. And I got some other yarn to go along with my teddy bear craze. Have you seen this? Look at that. Premier Just Yarn Teddy. Could it be any better? It is teddy bear yarn called Teddy by Premier Yarn. This stuff, my Dollar Tree, the one closest to us, does not carry yarn. I've seen it a couple times, so it's not like it doesn't ever, but it's like 2 or 3 skeins. I'm like, where did you come from? Did somebody return something from another store? How are you even here? That type of thing. It doesn't have a yarn section like I've seen other people's videos. We don't have a craft section. We don't have the, hey, try our plastic knitting needles. I wouldn't anyway. Try our plastic crochet hooks. Again, I wouldn't. But we don't have that for others to join into the crafting community if they wanted to. We don't have the yarns. We don't have the other stuff. And, when I saw this, we were at a gaming store. My husband went to a gaming store and there was a dollar store that was in that same shopping complex. So he went to the gaming store and did his thing. And then I went over to the dollar store and filled up and got a bag of yarn. Yes, I did. I mean, they had it in 2 different colors. I know you can hardly tell that the camera just does not like that color. That is a bright hot pink. This is a blue. I got a bunch of both. I don't know how many of them, but I got a bunch. They were $1.25. I didn't count. So This is a medium 4, number 4, which is a worsted weight. It's the size of yarn, 109 yards. It's 62% acrylic, 38% polyester for 50 grams. Love it. 109 yards. So I decided, and like I said, the members already saw the beginning, but they didn't see all of it. They saw the head. Oh my gosh. And that camera is blowing this out. It is such a beautiful hot pink. I wonder if I turn, I'm afraid to touch the lights. I'm afraid. I'm going to do it. I'm afraid. But look at that. Look how gorgeous that bear is. Let me see if I turn it down. Okay, and I'm in the dark. Okay, there. That's a little better. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with the lights. You've been watching for 2 years. I don't know what I'm doing with the lights. I have no idea. There's a white one and a slightly brown one, and there's 3 of them. There's 3. There's 2 different white ones and a slightly brown one, and I don't know which one looks better. One's supposed to be warm, one's supposed to be cool, and one's supposed to just blind you. I'm not really sure, and I don't know which one I should be using. So if you do, let me know. I'll take direction. I have no clue. I don't. So anyway, here's my teddy bear. And when I first started the head, you know, you sew kind of like an increase. You start with after you finish the piece to do the eyes and put the eyes in, you'll run a thread from this side to this side and kind of indent it a little bit and then put your eyes in there, whether you're embroidering them or safety eyes. Well, I didn't do it that way first. That's the smart way to do it. Of course, I did it the hard way. And I punched down the safety eyes and clipped the backs. I know. And then snugged it in and realized the eyes are too small. When it was just sitting on the fabric, they looked fine because I put these eyes on and then I put larger ones on and thought the larger ones were too big. No, I should have kept the larger, but I already clipped these on. So he has little tiny beady eyes, or she does. I don't know. But little tiny beady eyes. I love the fact that I was able to use the safety nose. I do have safety noses, and you know, most of the time they don't work for what I'm making. They're too big, too small, too this, too that. They're too not perfect, right? So I put it on here anyway, whether it was perfect or not. Love the way that this feels. This is what I have left of 1 ball of yarn. So that gives me a great idea. I didn't know how much yardage it took. I really didn't. I mean, you know, the pattern tells you 1 skein of this, 1 skein of that. Got it, which makes sense. But how much of that 1 skein? Like a little tiny bit, just a little itty bit of it. So this was 1 skein. I didn't do the 2 colors because I didn't want like a pink and blue bear. I could have, right, to keep it with the same colors. I could have gotten a different color in my stash and did that. Didn't want to. Loving that. So here I've got my pair of bears. There you go. You can see the little eyeballs there. That color, boy, that camera does not like this color at all. It is such a bright pink. These have names on them. I don't know what the pink is. Probably just pink. This one's bright turquoise. Bet this one's bright pink. I don't know. I've got more of them over there. But loving this. I had to do it. You know I did. I had to do it. I had to make my bears. I had to make my bears. I got the teddy bears. And this is a good thing too to see. Now this is a soft worsted, you know, here. Yes, it's worsted, but it's a fuzzy, fluffy worsted, right? And that's part of the reason why they call it a number 4, because it's got all those fluffy, furry things off of it. All right. But I wanted to see the difference. Fingering weight, worsted weight, same pattern, same stitches. Isn't that adorable? I so enjoy doing that. I'll make something going, huh, how does it look in this color? What does it look like in this yarn? Let's add some fuzz to it. Put some mohair on it. You know, let's do some alpaca. Let's do something different and see what the results are. That's what I did. I have my pair of bears. Loving that. That is so sweet. Absolutely adorable. And I'm going to do another blue one. I mean, we do have another baby coming along. Don't know, right? I've got plenty of time. But while I'm wanting to make bears, why not make it? Do I need to turn this light back up? I don't know. I'm going to do it. I'm going to push the buttons. Woo! Is that better or not? Just because it blinds me, does that make it better? Or does that not make it better? You know, is that good? Or do I do, I don't know. I have no clue what I'm doing. All right. Yarn, yes. Knitting, yes. Crocheting, yes. Camera working thingies, no. But that's okay. I'm still having fun, and I hope you're having fun too. I think so, because you guys keep coming back, and I appreciate that. I really do. So those are my 2 little bears. Loving that. And then let's see, so I got that. And the other little guy that I was doing, this is the Crochet Masterclass Little Bear. I'll put the YouTube link down below. This is by Tatiana Medestiva. Totally butchered that name. But there is a free YouTube pattern if you wanted to follow the tutorial, or you can go to Etsy and pay the however much it is. I think I paid $2.33, but it was on sale, and that's to support the designer if you feel like it. There you go. I wanted the written pattern, and I didn't want to deal with the tutorial to write the pattern down. That was me. That's just, you know, we're all different. So I was working on that, and we know, I think it was already last week. It was last week. I got this little guy. Yeah, it did take me a week. It took me a week to make this little guy because it had those little wee arms, those wee little arms. And as you guys reminded me, wee little arms are just like little tiny sleeves. And I have this mental block with sleeves lately. I really do. It's not that I want to have a bunch of vests. Yeah, that's adorable. That's adorable. It's not that I want a bunch of vests. Just something about the sleeves is like, And this thing, what was it? Oh yeah. It was last week because I finished this and had to finish the sleeves. I had to finish sleeves. I had to finish the arms. I didn't want to. I didn't. But you guys kind of pushed me into it. And I appreciate that because sometimes we could all use a gentle nudge. Not shoving somebody off the cliff, by the way, but just like a little gentle nudge. Just a loving, caring encouragement. You can do it. It's okay. And you know, that didn't take long. It took so much longer for me whining and complaining. So much longer. Look at that, it's adorable. And then the bear and I, we went on a little road trip. Not really a road trip. We were walking around the neighborhood. He got to play in the flowers, went to the park. I mean, it was lots of fun. I mean, he got to do all that. This one got to ride the Tonka truck. I mean, we're having fun. We're getting out. We're doing stuff. So those are those two little bears. And I had some of the leftover Caron party yarn, the sparkle one that I'd used for the sleeves of my sister's sweater that I have to get into the mail. I just realized, okay, I didn't realize it at all. My husband asked me, hey, out of all those packages that you just sent off, was your sister's one of them? No, it was not. So I have to package more things. That's what that says. I need to package it and send her sweater off. Now, granted, she's got like 100 and some odd degrees weather, and we've been having 100-degree weather, so no one's wearing sweaters right now, so we're good. But I can't let that be my excuse to not send it because this last batch of packages took way longer than they should have. But I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm getting things done. Yeah, I'm convinced with that. That's just what's going to happen. It is. We have to believe and encourage one another. So I had the sparkly pink next to me. I'm like, oh, these little bears just take just a tiny little bit of yarn. This, oh yes, I know. Lori, Armchair Chef, was asking, what can you do with those cakes of yarn? These beautiful cakes of yarn, because she just got, here we go, she got some of these from Hirschner's, the mill ends, and they're like this. Some have sparkles, some don't. Like last year's ones that we got, a lot of them had sparkles. I've got a lot of those. Some do, some don't. They're a cotton cake, right? They're cotton acrylic or all cotton, some, you know, there you have it. And she had these beautiful colors. She got some neon colors. Well, you know, I've got the neon colors. And she called me out and she's like, well, what do you do with this? Do you just knit with it, crochet with it? Well, I do have knit items. I've made two one of them I've got here, knit items with this yarn, but she's more interested in the crochet. And this is the blanket that I just finished. Now, Noah, our 6th grandchild, has one of the blankets and he has that at his house. And this one is for our grandbaby in 2006, right? The little guy that's going to enter then. So this was one cake, and I didn't have enough to go around one more round because, you know, the rounds get bigger, takes longer. So I had leftover yarn. And granted, this only took a couple of yards, but that's what this is. That's what this is. So just that idea of somebody asking, hey, what can I do with that? How big is that? Let's see. I don't really know. I'm gonna do a quick semi-measure. You know, semi-measure. All right, not a scientific-y one. Okay. This is about 32 inches kind of laid over top of me. Let me see. Let's see. Let's do it like this. Is this big enough for a Camp Boggy crepe blanket? Almost. It is almost. It is like 34 inches square. If you laid that and blocked that, it might be 35 and be on the small end of an acceptable Camp Boggy crepe blanket. Now, you could use the cake and make it a smaller blanket depending on your stitches, or a slightly larger depending on how airy your stitches are and what you did. But that is kind of good to know that that might actually work. Don't know. But I know, tangent, just because we're talking about the Blue Bear, that's what this yarn is this. This was made on a C crochet hook. This was not. This was probably an F, maybe G, I don't remember. It's probably in my videos. I might have talked about it. I don't know. That was so last week, whatever it was that I did that. I don't know. I'm out. But I just wanted to show that just because it's the same yarn. You can knit, you can crochet. It doesn't matter. You do anything you want to with this stuff. And a lot of people, like she pointed out, do like to knit with those knitting shawls, either triangle shawl, center out, or something really taking advantage of the colors. Well, you don't have to knit everything. You can definitely crochet and do the same exact thing. You could do rows and then have it up into that beautiful, you know, going from one color to the next and gradiating up, or like I did with that with the center. So there's lots of options, but I just want to show that because that's the bear. Waste not, want not. There you go. And oh yeah, I still have plenty more, right? I could make a little army of blue bears. Oh, I forgot. I was talking about the Caron Party. Yes, Caron Party. Not the same as the Big Twist Party. The Caron Party is a sparkle yarn. Look at that. Oh, made another one. So these two are related. This one is that sport weight yarn, and this is worsted weight yarn. Maybe on a size G, FG. I don't know. It's downstairs. So here we go. This was an F there. But that gives you kind of an idea when you change the patterns. I asked my husband if the blue eyes matched for that, and he said, yeah, sure. And then that's that same little nose. Boy, that camera hates that color. That same nose on both of them. A little too big for here. It's maybe small there. I don't know, but I wanted to use the little noses. I did. I wanted to use them. And his head's kind of squished down. Both of them are. They look weird. Maybe I should have added an extra round. I followed the pattern, put the rounds on it that it said, but I think maybe if you don't want a flat alien squished head, you might want to add a round or two. Easy enough. And then since the little nose right there was so large, the pattern shows, now I embroidered those on, but the pattern shows like the little tiny little nose, and then the eyes are right above the muzzle. And with me trying to put little eyes on it with that big nose, it looked really stupid. I mean, it didn't look good at all. It looked really stupid. So I left that off. But see here, they have the little muzzle right there, and then the eyes are right on there. Well, part of it too, I looked at, sewing is important. I have a round muzzle kind of sticking out. There's this more elongated here, like an oval on its teddy bear, and mine's more rounded. You know that sewing together will get you. Just saying. Did I do rounded or oval on that one? So I sewed the nose on here. It's like a big black blob. I think I did okay with the eyes. One's bigger than the other. Even using safety nose, that's not exactly centered. It was when I put it on. Oh, I can turn it. It wasn't when I put it on, just saying. It wasn't really. But I'm going to tell everyone it was. Okay. There, so that's a little bit better. I did remember to put the little safety backing on. I started to sew it on and I didn't have it on there. I'm like, oh, that's okay. I'm like, no, it's not. It'll just get pulled out and then you can't put it back in. You can't do anything. So yeah, I did fix it, did take care of that. So here's my little craze with my teddy bears, right? I mean, they're all different, unique kind of teddy bears. I've been having fun. This is my little teddy bears, to knit and to crochet. So we're no one's left out. No one's left out at all. And that's like our little family. You know, families come in all shapes, sizes, colors, whatever. This is our little family of bears. That's, yeah. Isn't that cute? That is adorable. I think I need to make a blue one too. Is again, we don't know, boy, girl, whatever. It doesn't matter. We got one. Oh, there goes my advent calendar. Oh, that's gonna be a mess. Yeah, it's okay. It's yarn. It didn't break. It's yarn. It's just, it's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah. Did you guys get an advent calendar, or is it just me? No, some people obviously got advent calendars because that's why they do orders in July, to be able to make them all by the end of the year. So that's a silly question. Okay. Anyway, is anyone else making teddy bears? Am I the only one doing teddy bears right now? Sasha Sach, is that her channel? Am I saying that right? There's a bear crochet along going on. Let me see. Do I have the channel for that? There is. Who is that? Where'd it go? Oh, YouTube rearranged all my stuff. There he is. Sarah Sach. There you go. Sarah Sach. Yes, this person, this one. Monday, she's supposed to be announcing the Little Bear crochet along that they're doing, a Christmas in July kind of a thing. I think I'm going to have to join in with that. So one of you kindly directed me to her. I'm now a subscriber, directed me to her on the Little Bear and making more things if I'm not already burned out on bears. So maybe Monday, when I watch that, because I'm going to watch it, I'll decide. Am I burned out on teddy bears, or do I want to make another one? I mean, we got 4. And no one asked for them, by the way. None of these were requested by any of the children. Nobody asked for them. It wasn't, oh, I have to make bears because. No, not at all. Truthfully, for that matter, when it comes to making the teddy bears and the animals and the stuffies for the grandkids, I outsource that. Yes, I do. I outsource that. I have a sister-in-law who likes to work with that big, bulky blanket yarn. You know, the stuff that gives me the heebie-jeebies. Ugh. It's pretty. She does an excellent job, and I pay her. Yes. Please take my money and you can make them for my grandkids. That's great. Love that. Now, I don't strong arm her. She actually puts out up a market and everything and puts them out and for sale. So as soon as I see her post coming around Easter time, because that's when she does it, I'll tell her, it's like, hey, you know, here it was 1 year's 4, then it was 5, now it's 6, and oh wait, next year's gonna be 7. Yes, thank you. And she'll make those, and it's funny too, because she has pictures of what it is. Like last year it was rabbits, and there's nothing around the picture. It's just the thing. You have no idea how big they are. They were like this big. They were huge. Well, it's blanket yarn, but you can make smaller things with blanket yarn. They were huge. Kids loved them. Yeah, so I outsource those when we're trying to do we must make 6 things, all same but different. I tell her color choice is hers. That's it. There you go. I don't care. I'm not dictating. But yeah, it's stuff that she likes to do. I don't generally do that. I make things for the family. I make things for the kids. The only thing that's kind of like the same but different that I do is socks for my adult children, my husband, my mother-in-law, right? That type of thing. That's the only thing that I do that's the exact same. But the kids have such different tastes. And, you know, if I were to want to make 6 of these, I might get to 4 and then go, no, I'm not doing any more. Pretty sure. I don't want to test that because I want to find out. These, I did pretty good because, you know, look, it's got arms, right? They all have arms. So I did really good. I got those done a whole lot better and faster than I did these 2 little blue arms. It was a mental block. It was totally a mental block. So it did much better. So that's good. I'm trying to get over those little blocks going, what's your problem? But it's easy to say, right? We all do it. And we all do it for silly things. I mean, some of them might be serious. We get that. I'm not downplaying that, but mine are pretty silly. You don't like sleeves? Why? Are you knitting anyway? Are you crocheting anyway? What does it matter? Really, what does it matter? I don't know, but it does. It does. It doesn't make sense, but it really does matter. It's just, that's how the weirdness goes. It really is. But those are my teddy bears. If I'm going to make another teddy bear, I don't have any more on the needles or hooks, but if I'm going to make another teddy bear, what kind should I make? Should I go knit or crochet or color? Do we have any colors? Because I don't care what colors, right? I mean, I have colors. We've got colors. And even materials. It kind of doesn't, no bulky. That's not funny. No bulky. No. I'm not doing the bulky. But anything from like fingering weight up to not bulky, okay? That would be fun. I like the looks of some of the stuff with the bulky yarn. That's not a me to play with it. That's why I outsource it. Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious, what are your things, right? It was something along that line. And then there's other fun stuff too, is have you done things where you make your stuff or whatever it is and you use like a Fair Isle yarn just to see what it does, right? I mean, one of the things I've got you can see this, it's not Fair Isle, but this is the Bloom Chunky. Yeah, see, I did use Chunky. I did. That's the Bloom Chunky, and how that comes out with the knitting and everything looks like the little flowers and makes its own design. You don't have to change your yarns and everything. Well, some of the other stuff, we know I've worked with a lot of the Fair Isle pre-patterned sock yarns. So doing something along that line, it'll look similar with the crochet, but it'll look more like that with the knit. You know, it gives a different things with the stitch. But I've got all of these fun yarns. You know, so it's like, ooh, that's an interesting thing. I could do something with those. So I'm not really set on anything on that, or maybe I should just leave the bears alone and pick up some of the other projects that I have sat down and haven't touched. I'm pretty sure if I asked you guys, what's the thing you haven't seen in a while that you'd like to see? And I would have a lot of different answers. And some of them I would know exactly where they were, and some of them I would go, I don't know what you're talking about. And it would take me a bit to think about, because you have stumped me in the past and asked me for specific things. Hey, I haven't seen this in a while. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it took me a while. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, because then you'll start asking for it. But I'm like, I don't know what you mean. What's going on? So I will have that completely forgetting, because, well, there's a lot of things. I'll remember it when I see it again, or, that type of thing. But wow, that's just crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go have fun. Gonna go enjoy dinner with my husband and have a nice, kind, calm evening and play with some more yarn, right? I mean, I don't have to put any more stitches on. I'm just gonna touch it and hold it, and we'll all be happy. Because sometimes that's all we need, is just a little yarny goodness hug. And something like this, as soft and squishy, that's a hug right there. Teddy yarn. I had to make it into a teddy bear. I had to. It was a rule. It was. All right, everybody. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.